It's news time. Information is power. The current. The news headline. How demand for Southeast elders to free Kanu may increase the appeal to free separatists from other regions. Recently, some elders and leaders from the Southeast region had visited the president over the continued incarceration of the leader of the outlawed indigenous people of Biafra, Nnamdi Kanu. The group had, among other things, pleaded with the president to work out modalities to bring Nnamdi Kanu's freedom. This move had gathered both commendations and attack by a cross-section of Nigerians, and from the president's comments, there has not been a solid yes or no response, as he had explained the roadblocks the federal government may encounter if they wanted to help. Now, this has led to a statement credited to one of the lawyers of the arrested Southwest strongman, Chief Sunday Igbo, Belumi Olajengbesi, as he has lashed out the Southwest leaders for abandoning Chief Igbo. According to the lawyer, the region should learn from the Southeast leaders who went all out to fight for Kanu's release during their recent meeting with the president. This is a bad precedent that would have been avoided if both regions had done their homework on time. By the time the Southwest elders rise to demand the release of Igbo, some leaders from the north may also rise and demand the release of the Shiite leader, El Zakzaki, while some others will also demand the release of some Boko Haram terrorists currently incarcerated in Nigerian prisons. As regional leaders and elders, some of these arrested Nigerians with a different mindset should have been called to order and disciplined long before the Nigerian government stepped in. We are all witnesses to the amount of carnage that was perpetuated in the Southeast ever since the Eastern Security Network, an arm of the outlawed IPOB, was formed. And earlier this year, Sunday Igbo was arrested, and the Oni of Ife, Oba Adeyeye Ogunwusi, had warned him not to overdo his agitations as it was getting out of hand. The Oni had further warned Igbo not to allow his agitation to be hijacked by politicians. The Oni had also revealed that the president had advised Igbo to be calm about his struggles and also be patient, but Igbo had ignored the advice, hence his arrest. While it is normal to allow the law to take its course, it is better to prevent these issues from ever happening, as it always pays to be law-abiding. It is on record that before the arrest, the Oni and some Southwest monarch had spoken with Igbo, of which he ignored. Nnamdi Kanu was equally advised by a cross-section of some Southeast leaders, which he ignored too. But the leaders of the various regions initiate moves to visit the president to plead for the release of some offenders. It is important that we note how the issue started and also rightly blame the offenders who have in one way or another caused hardship for a cross-sections of Nigerians.
With a view to hampering democratic process in Nigeria, not done. The committee ascribed the killing of 175 security personnel, traditional rulers, and most recently, Dr. Chike Akunyili and others to Kanu and his group. The point must be quickly made that the compilers of these offences are employees of the ministries and agencies of the federal ministry, and they accused Kanu, and they say that he will be prosecuted and the judge should punish him, that there is no neutral and independent opinion within the ad hoc committee. Having said this, since the case is in court, it would be reasonable to expect that Mr. Malami should forward this finding to the prosecutor to build his case against such infant terrible and his group. The federal chief lawmaker and advocate of Nigeria chose to do different from the courts of public opinion, or put differently, resort to media trial, seemingly in order to bias the mind of the public against the accused. But it is the court, not the public, that on the fact before it will determine the case. The question legitimately arises then, if in a matter that is sub judice, this senior lawyer is not acting in contempt of the judicial process. And this is important since it is a national matter that has international dimension, as alleged by the Attorney General. The Federal Attorney General claimed that IPOB, that is the indigenous people of Biafra, enjoys the backing of state and non-state entitled entities. He mentioned no names, he provided no evidence, and so this lacking for so serious an allegation of foreign interference that threatens the stability, peace, and security of a sovereign Nigeria. All he could say was to tepidly call on these countries to desist from assisting subversive acts of Kanu and IPOB against the state of Nigeria and its people, that does not speak for a confident government of a serious country at all. Mr. Malami reportedly justified going public with his list of accusations because Nigerians in public interest have to be carried along as the matter relates to the protection of their rights and properties. One should think that if this public officer is so public, interest-minded, those alleged state and non-state backers of Kanu and IPOB should also be disclosed to the public. The public's right to know in a transparent government requires, nay demands, that the truth and the whole truth be revealed. Full disclosure is quite required in a court of law, as Malami should know. For partial truth is worthless and denies the full information which sound judgment can be derived. In any case, his allegations remain one side of the matter. In a duly constituted court of justice, the other party is entitled to be heard. And Malami feels that if at all the Yoruba Nation agitator and also the IPOB leader Nnamdi Kanu, if truly they want to be free, then both of them needs to put forward a proposal to the federal government of Nigeria to see if to beg for dialogue, and then the federal government of Nigeria can now look for the best way to resolve this issue. The federal government of Nigeria, after putting across 7 count charges against Nnamdi Kanu and also trying to extradite the Yoruba Nation agitator Sunday Igboho from the Republic of Benin back to Nigeria, of which it proved abortive. They have been looking for several ways to delay this matter so as to continue to frustrate and to punish these innocent self-determination agitators who are acting within the confinement of the law. And therefore, this has been the reason why the self-determination agitators had insisted that they would actually not give up